And we are live, and we are live. All right, I think I got it right today. If I stand right here, nope, 1 second. Hi, everybody. So you might be wondering why we're here on a Thursday. Let me tell you. Because tomorrow, when we do our live class, we're gonna bring it all together from the standing warm up to the total body opener to the hundreds, which is the abs that we did on Monday. We're gonna bring it all into this glute challenge that we're gonna go over today. So I thought it would be better if instead of just demoing it on the day of, that we did it one step before, because now we have 4 parts. So before it wasn't too much to ask because, we were just doing a warm up and a body opener, and those kind of were just free flowing. And I feel like it's a little bit piling on top of each other now for people who may not have ever done Pilates or not in the normal exercise regimen day to day. So we're just gonna back up and take it a little slower because I want to make sure everybody knows that we're working at a pace for everybody. So let's go over the glute challenge. And it is called the butt challenge traditionally. I just decided I like the glute challenge instead, and I hope that's okay. Mr. Courtney's here in the corner. If you're new here, because Instagram, your camera is so small, bit there. So if you're new to Mr. Corny, he's here to remind you not to take yourself too seriously. Have some fun with your workouts and smile, especially now that he has one eyeball at his feet and the other one is kind of cockeyed. Let's give him let's get on the mat because everything that we're going to do today for this glute challenge is going to, so of course, first and foremost, we're going to get down, like so. You can get down however you down, but that's how we get down in class. So I'm going to straighten my legs out here. I'm just going to point my toes. I'm going to straighten out. Deep breath. And I'm going to roll my back down the mat, like so. Bringing my hands to my sides. And this is going to be the start position. This will be the start position for the glute challenge with our hands in this position. Let's finish setting up and getting into our Pilates stance. So we're going to want to really bring that pelvic floor forward. And our goal here, as we always talk about, is to try to get our lower back glued to the mat. And then it's very natural, actually, when you do this, your head and neck tend to want to just lift off the mat anyway, which is great because that is getting us into that full Pilates stance. So when you go, and sometimes for someone like me, I try to mention this every episode, at least for a moment. I do have scoliosis, and my scoliosis is very unique in the sense of it is up here in my neck, and it's doing its own little thing through my spine, and then it really kind of gets me the most in my hips. My hips are off-centered this way, and they're also off-centered that way, meaning when my bones lay on a mat or on the ground, I can feel my right side already making contact where my left side doesn't really. So it's exceptional for me to stay in a Pilates stance and really just try to keep that pelvic floor tilted upward and keeping that lower back glued to the mat. I have a much easier time doing this when my feet are bent or my legs are bent. And let's say my feet are on the mat. Once I straighten my legs out, my right leg has absolutely no problem understanding this movement, and I can get into it with ease. It's my left side, when I go to put it down, that I start to feel a little sideways and cockeyed. So I do my best, and in the process of doing more Pilates, it will start to correct itself, and that is the beauty of this. You can actually slowly get everything back in alignment. So if you're like me and you have some uniqueness to your body, stay within your range and do the best you can. If you cannot get your back fully glued to the mat, then just try to keep that really conscious to do the best you can, because that's all you can do. These are your bones, my friends. They're your bones. Okay, so when I am here, I can feel that I want really badly to get my left side to the mat, but I just simply cannot. However, as I mentioned earlier, bringing that head and neck up helped me a lot to close that gap. And so on a normal skeleton, you should be fully glued to the mat at this point. I can still feel a tiny little gap here on my left side. But in any case, this is going to be it for me today. So I've got my head, my neck, and my shoulders off the mat. That's a full Pilates stance that we're in now. And we're just going to take a deep breath in. Really expand those ribs going. You can feel them going out. And when you exhale, I want you to envision bringing your belly button to your spine. Nice strong core. That is a rock star position to be in. Okay, so the option here will be bringing your head and neck back down to the mat as your first option. Lifting your head and neck, but keeping your shoulders on the mat. Or again, in full Pilates stance, you will be just like that. We don't want to curve our neck forward. And when you're starting out, and I sure was guilty of this, definitely felt neck strain the next day. So all that meant to me was making one small adjustment of consciously using my shoulders and trying to pretend that my head and neck was one with my shoulders. So not doing like that for momentum. Just simply, and you're not going to get as high up as you'd like the first day because it's going to be a new movement for your neck and your shoulders. So take time with it, because the last thing we want is discouraging people from coming back because they may feel some strain in their neck. So take it easy. It took me about 3 weeks to feel comfortable and feel like it was actually working for me instead of fighting through that weakness to build those muscles. So you will get there, my friends. And I like to consider myself pretty close to a pro level athlete as far as my conditioning. And again, it has nothing to do with that. It's new muscles being activated, new movements being activated. They're going to humble anybody if it's the first time you're doing it. And it doesn't matter what that movement is. Your body just needs time to learn how to connect everything and go with the flow. So I'm there now, and I bet you are too. So let's bring our head and neck off the mat. Okay, and that is going to be a full Pilates stance. So tomorrow when I ask you in that ab series to get in that full Pilates stance, you'll know exactly what that is, and by then you'll have your option ready to go. For this particular butt challenge, we're going to bring our feet to the mat, bending those knees. And then, as I mentioned earlier, your hands are going to want to be on the sides by your hips. You're going to bring one leg up straight, toes pointed. This is going to be your start position. And again, as I mentioned earlier, a really great place for people like me to feel that back glued to the mat right now. And it feels great. So when I go to arch up into that bridge, I will feel nice and strong. My core will already be activated. Therefore, I will get the maximum amount of effort out of these movements. So that is so important that you're in that proper stance. So from here, we're going to arch upward. And we're just going to bring our leg down to the mat and back up. And we'll do these repetitions 8 times. And from those 8, we will go down, come back up, and we'll do 4 stepping. So we'll go from here to here to here, back down, straight back up, and repeat that 4 times. Let's finish that set really quick. 2 and 3, and straight back up. And this would be the 4th one. For your options, you can keep your gluteus on the mat. Do the same thing. And really squeeze on your way down. From here, we're going to bring both feet up. We're going to stay in that arch, and we're going to walk down. The goal here is to really press those heels into the mat. That is where you're getting this activation. You want to keep your hips facing the ceiling. We don't want wobbling. We want to stay nice and strong right here in that position. Most important part of the movements. And you're really just going to push those heels in till you can feel that activation in your gluteus. And then you're just gonna push up. And you're gonna push up. Driving your heels through, keeping a nice strong core. And from there, we're gonna walk it back. We're gonna reset. And we're gonna do the other leg. Let's do the full 8 this time here for this demo today. And if you need a second option and you want to stay arched, you can just decrease your range. Like so. Try not to slack when you do this. Stay nice and strong in your arch. Breathe when it's easy and exhale when it's hard. And from there, we'll go right back to where we were before. And we're going to walk that out with our heels. And we're going to squeeze our feet into the mat as we lift up. And back down. Really driving those heels in. And from here, we're going to go right back to this reset. And this last part, we're going to go back and forth. So we'll do 8 on this side, and then we'll do 8 on the other side. Remember, keeping this arch nice and strong is where this activation is coming from. Breathe. And you'll just switch there, staying up. Do not reset that. Palms by your sides. Breathe when it's easy. That's right. Exhale when it's hard. 3, 2, and last one. And that will finish out the set of the glute challenge for you. I like to always bring my feet up and over, get a nice stretch. And that's it. So while we're here, we might as well do some push-ups and get our 22 push-up challenge out of the way. We're real big about mental health around here, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So today is day 713 that I've been doing the push-up challenge. And what a better month to re-announce it. May is Health Awareness Month. Are you ready? Who's doing the push-ups with me today? We're going to do 22, and then we're going to go right into an iron horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice strong core. 9, and that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 10 more, please, because I know you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good job. Right into that iron horse. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Whew, it's very hot today in the valley. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram or you can leave a comment down